Welcome to the last section in Unit 4. How can you use a graphing calculator to perform linear regression on a set of paired numerical data? Now, the line of best fit that you did manually in the last lesson, the graphing calculator actually does line of best fit linear regression, and I'll show you the difference in it. In that last lesson, you came up with a line of best fit. And like I told you, everybody in the class might come up with a different one. Somebody next to you might have come up with 0.25t plus 28.8. You had 0.25t plus 29. And when you calculated your residuals, you got this list. They calculated theirs and got this list. Here's what the calculator does. It takes the residuals and it squares them. So it gets 0.04, 0.04, 0, 0, 0.64. And then it adds them up. So this one, 8 and 0.64 would be 0.72. Okay? Now, on this other person's over here, if that's what it had calculated, it would do 0.16. 0, 0.04, 0.04, and 0.36. And then it added those up. 8 and 6 is 14, plus 6 is 20. 2 and 1 is 3, and 3 is 6. And it would have gotten 0.60 for the square of the residuals. And yours would have been 0.72, so the calculator would have favored this line and would have seen if it could have gotten it even more minimal. So you can see how accurate it's getting and how much calculation is going into the line of best fit there. Okay? So tomorrow when you come into class, you're going to be given data, and I suggest that you do it like you did yesterday's. Make it so that it'll fit onto a T-chart nice. I would just do yours from 1920. This is actually the distance of the gold medal discus throw in the Olympics. So yours from 1920 would be 0, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. Okay, we'll see if that's far enough. You're going to have, it'll go even further, but I'm just giving you a setup of how you're going to do it. And then the meters, go ahead and enter those in. 44.685, 46.135, 47.32, 49.49, 50.48. Oh, and then in 1940 and 44, there were no Olympics, so don't enter your domain or your range. Just skip those 2 years. Then we come to the next one, 52.78. Okay, now you're going to do this on the calculator. So let me explain. Let me see if I have a good distance here. Right about there. Okay, so what you're going to do here is you're going to turn it on first of all, and then you're going to go to, let me see, second list. Nope, actually, clear. Go stat and go edit. That will bring up your list. So in list 1, go ahead and put your 0, enter, and 4, enter, 8, enter, and go down through that list. Then when you get done with that list, come up and go over to list 2 and enter those. 44.685, enter, and it'll take you down to that list. 46.135, enter, 47.32, enter. And so you can see how I'm going to enter those. Then when you get ready to do the scatter plot, you'll actually hit the second and go to stat plot. In this, you want to go over with your cursor, actually hit enter on the first plot, and then the cursor is on, hit enter because you want to turn it on. Now in the type of plot, this very first one is a scatter plot. So go to that first one and hit enter there. You want it to take it from the X list being L1 and the Y list being L2 because that's what you just entered on. The next thing is what kind of mark you want on it. Usually I tell kids go with this first one, the circle, because it's easier to spot. And then you go graph, and you notice you don't see anything there. So we go zoom, 9, enter. And now you can see your scatter plot, the little points right along there. Now yours will have a lot more points on it. Once you get to that scatter plot, I want you to look at how it's graphed and then go back into stat, calc. You want to go over the calculations, and if you go down to this, now it may not be the fourth one on your calculator, but it'll say linear regression AX plus B. Hit enter, enter, and it will give you what the A value should be, what the B value should be. It should also give you the residuals. If it does not, then we need to do a little bit more in the, oh actually, no, it won't give the residuals yet. So that's as far as it gives you there. And then after that, I actually want you to go in and you'll enter this line of best fit. See how it has told you what the A should be and what the B should be. So I'm going to round these off. We'll go to Y equals, and I'm going to go 0.32. Bring that X over, since I had an X in there. X plus 44, I think it was, I can't remember. Okay, so now we go graph. And there's my line. I obviously was off from what it told me. Anyway, look at what it tells you on your A and B values. Put them in exactly. Don't round them off. And so now I've entered my line of best fit. It's not going to look pretty here, guys, because it's obvious I'm not fitting well to my data. And then the next thing that I want you to do is go to your stat again and go to edit. And on these lists, go up to the top there with the lists and go over until you don't have a number on them. On this blank one, use your alpha and actually type in there residual. Let me find the R. There's R. Okay, let me do this. R. E. S. I. D. That should be enough. Let me hit enter. Yep, and automatically, as soon as I get resid typed in up above, the calculator calculates the residuals. Okay, we hit enter, and now we go to, let's see, what do we want to do? Stat plot again, and this time go into your first plot and turn that one off. Enter. And now go back up to plot number 2, hit enter on it and turn it on, and come down to the Y2 list and type in there, I think you're going to type in, let me see if I can type in residual. Sorry guys. It's hard to see in this light. Okay, now we're going to go to plot 2. And graph. And now it should be showing residuals. It is not. So I've got to make some calculation changes, but that is basically what you'll be doing in your lab time in the classroom, and I will make sure and be around where you can holler at me. It should come across just like what I showed you last night in the residual line, and it may be where my plot is so far off there, but it should come out looking like this with the points above and below. And in addition, you'll go back to your calculation button. It will give your A value like it did before, the B value like it did before, the AX plus B up here, and then it will give you an R1 and an R squared. Those are really good because this one should be close to 1. It's the one that it should be either a positive 1 or a negative 1, but you don't want it close to 0 or else it tells you that it's probably not a linear regression. So that should set you up. We'll see you in class.